Greetings everyone, Switch Down here. I decided to do a review about She Talks to Angel. This is actually the first episode focusing most on Fluttershy and her pet animal, Angel. Most of all, in the first part of the episode we can see where Fluttershy having some sort of beating with the predators and the prey among those in the animal sanctuary which he built in season 8. Most of them are actually most of the prey which has been hurt is actually an animal in the is a baby elephant and a giraffe. But most apart that a snake, the snake in among the animals tried to eat the baby elephant. That doesn't even make sense. I mean, come on. How could a snake eat a baby elephant? That doesn't even make sense. But most of the part from this episode itself is that seeing, especially that Fluttershy is trying to help at least some of her animal friends among this. Well, just to see how much she helps her friends. Even with now seeing Dr. Fauna, the animal's vet in Ponyville, is coming back to the sanctuary to talk to Fluttershy in some manner. It is about Sakura. She has found a gecko, but this gecko, they don't even know what kind of it is, but it's carved out of smoke. And even Fluttershy has no idea what kind of animal, what kind of lizard it belongs to. But the most important, at the beginning of the episode, we're seeing how Angel is trying to interrupt the Fluttershy's talking with animals. And she says that she has time for him, but she tries to talk to the other animals. I don't understand the first part of that. And from what Sakura told Fluttershy, that friendship can sometimes be this differently. Even at Dr. Fauna, she stated, how could she have had time with the animals in Sanctuary and to be part of school? And Fluttershy has said that she states she hadn't even paid enough attention to it. And we can see how stressful she is, because she has a long list of things that she needs to do at the animal sanctuary, like feeding animals, talking to them, even getting massaged, and even telling them what to do. But then they are being offered by Sakura a visit that she could try to help her relationship with Angel. And at her hut, we can see that Sakura has made some sort of potion. Exactly what kind it is, not so sure. At least when they are back in town, Fluttershy and Angel takes the potion, but some unusual way. They actually swap bodies for each other. Fluttershy ends up in Angel, and Angel in her body. That is not what I expect, because when I first read the episode, the synopsis, that Angel and Fluttershy will be able to talk to each other. I was like, why? They are, why would they need that kind of episode? We all know that Fluttershy has the ability to talk to animals. So why would they need an episode where she talks to Angel when she does it all the time? Perhaps I thought, okay, maybe that Angel will have some way, some potion or some magic allows him to talk normally as the Fluttershy do. But it turns out it didn't do what I expect. At least, not from what I hoped for. But seeing they switch bodies so that Angel can now talk through Fluttershy's body instead. I mean, that was not what I expect. But in most of the part, seeing how much they try to communicate, and even to see that when Angel is in Fluttershy's body, he goes back to Sanctuary to talk and try to do Fluttershy's work at there. And even though that seems not to be going into this as she had planned to, even Dr. Fauna noticed something was a bit off with Fluttershy. But Angel pretends still to be Fluttershy, not to reveal what has happened. And even then, we can see only a brief moment Twilight and Spike in nearby the Evergreen Forest when they're seeing Angel, and that's actually Fluttershy then at the time. She tried to talk to Fluttershy, to Twilight and Spike, but none of them could not understand her sign language, or not they even couldn't understand this ability to talk to animals. So they just suggest to Angel, without knowing it was actually Fluttershy, telling him and her could look up for Fluttershy so that she would understand him. And to most of the part in this particular episode, everything seems that, from what I can see from back in when Angel is trying to help at Sanctuary, it only goes worse and worse. He tries to feed one of the wolves with a carrot, and even the baby elephant has swallowed, not swallowed, but has pulled some keys in his trunk, and even the animals start to fighting against all the bad things she had done. Even tried to make a snake eating cookies. And even Fluttershy finds Sakura and tries to talk to her, but she doesn't even understand her as well. So the only way for option that Fluttershy has is to go back to Sanctuary to find Angel and try to convince him to swap back as they were before. But this seems not to be working as they planned to. Because back then, Angel finds out is talking to Dr. Fauna, saying that the snake has offered to invite it, what she believes that the snake had invited the baby elephant for dinner, but Dr. Fauna gets scared and terrified and says she's not invited her for a dinner, she is the dinner. And Angel is terrified as well because she had no idea what's going to happen. But later, seeing that how Fluttershy comes back and then try to talk to Fluttershy and try to convince them. After that, Fluttershy is hurt by some way there, and Angel tries to talk to the animals. But at first, they refused to even listen to him. But when he said, "Don't do it for me, but do it for Fluttershy," and they all looked at him. Because Fluttershy has always been so kind to them. Always make sure they had all the time they had for them by getting food, massage, or even just telling them what to do or not to do. And they all agreed to help. And later on, they all agreed and seems to be working well. But then, at some point there, Sakura had admit that the potion was going to help them to realize without each other's knowing each other's their feelings, everything would happen into chaos. But Fluttershy and Sakura and Angel agreed. And it turns out later on that Dr. Fauna was told what has happened. And she said to Sakura, "Never do that again. and Sakura just winked, and I think that Fluttershy and Angel have learned from their mistake. In the end of the episode, we can see how much Angel is talking to the animals with Fluttershy, which is great. And I would say this episode was really unusually, or not that I didn't expect to see it, but at least it was one of those funniest stories. I mean, a story based on Fluttershy and Angel. But for the most part of saying that how much the Angel really means to Fluttershy, and seeing how much their differences are different. But they always have the time for each other, and especially even in the beginning of the episode, how much Angel tried to make it to make Fluttershy notice them. But overall, from that, I would give this an episode as an A+ rating because this was just a perfect moment between Fluttershy and Angel. I couldn't even at first when I first read about this episode, the name and some of the title itself was okay. Does make sense, but at the same time, I was curious what's going to happen. But I was just very surprised to see those had the most opposite. But I was just happy that all the things end up in good terms. And the life's lessons about this episode, however, I believe itself is that you never should underestimate any of your friends, no matter what happens, and always make sure you have a time for your friends or family, even if you spend time with some others. Make sure you always are paying attention to anyone who asks you for help or anything that they can help for. At least if you have a friend or a family member who is feeling down, be like Fluttershy. Sit down and talk. Spend time with your your friends or your family. Just spend time and enjoy it. Not waste any moment. Not for one day you might have regretted and you never have spent enough time with your friend or your family. Because spend time. I would. So if you have your own opinion about this particular episode, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, this is Switch Diablo, over and out.